Hi, my name is Alan from AlanWeeProperty. Are you looking for an enbloc property? What is enbloc and how does it actually work? What are the telltale signs of an enbloc properties? What are the risks involved? And most importantly, can you really make money by buying into an enbloc property? But before that, let me share a little more about myself. Prior to become a property agent, I was working for a property consultancy that specialized in enbloc in 2007. I was involved in some enbloc projects and gained my knowledge there. Next, I joined a listed property developer and was working in their business development department. So we can say that I have a long love affair dealing with land. Here, I hope this channel can educate, enlighten, and empower you on your property journey. If you are new here, consider subscribing for more property related content. By the way, please stay till the end of this video because I'm going to share with you 3 bonus tips before you even consider buying an enbloc property. Let's dive into it. So what is enbloc? Enbloc means in a lump or all together. In terms of property definition, it is about having all owners coming together and sell their property collectively to achieve a better price through land intensification rather than selling each individual strata unit. In this diagram, you have 5 owners coming together to sell their property collectively. This is what we call an enbloc sale, or some call it collective sale. In the real estate business, developers are constantly looking at land for the redevelopment of new properties for sale. Their objective is to sell the property they created for a good price and hopefully make a good profit from it. In this diagram, I'm going to share the fundamental behind the potential, and the potential lies in the land. Here, assuming there are 5 owners in this particular condominium, the current market value for each individual unit is say 700,000. The 5 owners decided to come together to sell their homes collectively via an enbloc sale. A developer is willing to pay them 1 million each or 5 million for their land. In this case, each owner will stand to make 300,000 more in profit compared if they sell them individually. This works out to an enbloc premium of 30%. Next, the developer will need to set aside costs for construction, development charges, marketing, and legal fees. In this case, the total development cost will be 10 million. Assuming the developer will build 8 units on the same piece of land and sell them at 1.5 million each. This means that the developer will stand to make $12 million. Since the total development cost is already 10 million, the developer will stand to make a $2 million in profit. Here, this is how enbloc works and why developers are always hungry for land. Here, if you are looking to look at some enbloc sites, do you know there are some factors you need to consider first before the site has the enbloc potential? Today, I'm going to share with you 4 telltale signs of an enbloc property. Firstly, they are generally more than 25 years old. The older they get, the better the chances. This is because if it is on 99 years tenure, the lease will be lower with each year, and owners will be concerned if their property will depreciate in value. Secondly, these enbloc potential condominiums are usually not well maintained. Such examples include poorly maintained common area, and the estate seems like falling apart. The residents don't have a sense of belonging, and most units are tenanted. Thirdly, there is a big price disparity between the enbloc potential condominium and the surrounding condominiums. A general rule of thumb is, the larger the differences, the higher the chance. This is because if the land cost is significantly lower, the developer will be able to recoup their investment easier. Lastly, if you are looking to explore enbloc property, it will be good to identify property in highly sought after area. This area could be popular because of the proximity to schools, workplace. In such instance, developer will be keen to explore such property for redevelopment. Next, buying an enbloc property comes with a certain degree of risk. there is no free lunch. I always have buyers that ask me if I can guarantee if the property will go en bloc one day. My usual answer is this: nobody can guarantee you your investment return. Buying an en bloc property is similar to buying into any investment product. All investment property has that degree of risk. In short, en bloc investment is not suitable for those with low risk appetite. It requires time to realize their profit. So do not expect to make money in the short term. Property is always a long-term investment asset class. You need to give it time to realize its potential. You must also have holding power to hold it during a downturn. If you have plans to invest into an en bloc property, always remember that you must believe in en bloc. If you don't believe in en bloc, please do not buy the en bloc property. Go and buy a new launch condominium or even resale property for investment instead. Here, some of you may ask, why if the en bloc don't go through? Will I be stuck with a lemon? In my personal opinion, if you are buying your first en bloc property, please buy a condominium that you can stay yourself if it really don't go en bloc one day. In this way, you will not be overly stressed if the en bloc don't happen because the property is ultimately still your home. If you go through, there is a bonus. If you don't, just stay put. So much about the risk. Now I'm going to share with you the reward or benefit in buying into an en bloc property. Ultimately, it's all about money. It's a hard truth that for those owners that succeed in selling their property through a collective sale, many, if not most of them, have become millionaires overnight. Here, I will look into a simple case study to give you an idea how much each en bloc owner can make. Here, let me give you an example. This is Shunfu View. Shunfu View was an HUDC apartment located in Shunfu Estate. It was sold en bloc to Qingjian Realty in 2016 for 638 million. Qingjian subsequently redeveloped it to a new condominium called Japesgate. Japesgate is fully sold based on the recording of this video. If you are one of the buyers that have the foresight into buying a unit in Shunfu View before it was sold en bloc, a typical resale unit back in 2014 will cost 1.3 million. In a Straits Times article dated 20 May 2016, it was announced that each Shunfu View owner stand to pocket 1.78 million. This means that those buyers that bought Shunfu View for en bloc potential will have easily made 500,000 more compared with what they can sell on an individual basis. This translates to a return of 38%. In my next video, I will share with you about how each owner in some of the most prominent en bloc properties will have made during the last en bloc cycle. You will be surprised how many millionaires are created overnight. So remember to click on the notification bell to be updated when I upload a new video. Thank you for staying till the end of this video. Here, I'm going to share with you some highly guarded en bloc insights if you are looking at en bloc properties. Firstly, smaller sites will always be attractive to developers. Bigger sites, on the other hand, will be more challenging. This is because developers are required to complete selling the projects within 5 years from the date of acquisition of the land. Otherwise, they will need to pay additional buyer stamp duty. Secondly, due to land scarcity in Singapore, 99 years leasehold site in choice location could also be sold via the en bloc route. We have seen in recent years that projects such as Park West, Pearl Bank, and Normanton Park, just to name a few, are sold en bloc. The last tips I'm going to share with you is always be careful in buying that property that has perceived en bloc potential. Some seller will take the opportunity to sell you the potential profit you stand to make from the en bloc property. This high price is what I call an en bloc premium, so buyers beware. If you are unsure and you need someone to calculate for you, you can let me know. I know how to do en bloc calculation and calculate the real potential behind it. But as usual, a professional fees apply. Please PM me if you are keen. Here, I hope this channel has given you another perspective into investing into an en-bloc property. If you enjoy the content, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel for more property related content. By the way, if you have any comments, please feel free to comment below. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.